Hello everyone, how is your day? Drop a comment. Oh my god, I just remembered. Click like. I never ask. Go on, click like. Be a gangstar. Alright, if you done that, well thanks. If you didn't, then I don't really blame you. Anyway, we're gonna reminisce today. We're gonna have a little look back. This has been one of the most requested things every time I ask you. When I'm doing a shoot, when I'm shooting some vids, you guys want me to look back at this, and I'm more than happy to do that. It's been 6 years now since I won the GBB, which would feel like a longer time if I hadn't remained active and improved along the way. Because, I mean, every human has an opinion and you can be wrong. So I could be wrong by saying this, but I think I am way better now than then. It's just, this is the fruitiest way of hearing my beatbox. If that's what you like the most, then this is the most exciting way of hearing my beatbox, right? Is in a battle. So it could feel like the peak, but it's not my peak. Have you heard my album, for example? Go and compare my album's music to this music. Right. Anyway, I'm sure there's going to be some fruity and exciting versions of my music over these coming years for you. I know there will, because I feel the spark of passion inside me. But we're going to look back today at the GBB. And if you didn't know this, this is the last time I officially battled on stage. So it's been 6 years. I have done fun fantasy battles with the likes of River and Footbox G and other people around the place around the world since. Just fun. And I did do the kickback battle, which was a couple of years later. So that was another official battle. I also battled online once, I think, too. And that fantasy one with Tropical this year. Look, there is little pop-up things, but I know what you guys mean. I know what you mean. You want that official shit. I know what you're saying. Well, hopefully there's some formats and some excitement and things evolving in the beatbox battle world, because never say no. But let's go look back at this. I'm a bit scared because I'm a bit critical on myself. The original link is in the description. Go ahead and check it out. And let's go and watch what I did. Oh, God. We start with the elimination. Oh. I'll talk to you about the thought process and everything along the way. Okay, here we are. Here's the vid. So, this elimination. Let's go. Let's listen.
Of this solo 2019 Grand Beatbox.
Man. Just Lil Dan. Nothing. No overthinking. No. Just wanted to do my best. Just wanted to win. Just Lil Dan. I look little, man. I look little. Just turning up, do your best and win. You know, I've done that rondo for years, and this was... I never knew. I didn't know this was going to be the last... I really did not think this was going to be the last solo battle in 6 years. So, there we go. Let's check it out. Right, so in my Airbnb, I remember being a bit stumped how to do my elimination. Because the year before, I did MYB into... No, I didn't. I did Hit the Ground into MYB. Wow. They are two iconic songs of mine that I still need to release. Still need to release them. If you care to, please support me when I release them. Okay. That was a fantastic elimination. A lot to live up to this time. The goal here, I'm not going to lie, the goal was just to pass here. The goal was to pass. Get the top 8. I didn't have the strongest idea for an elimination, so I paired together a series of things.
And I hope that you...
Okay.
Hello everybody, my name is Dlow, and I hope that you enjoy my music.
Ooh, that was my classical intro. Oh, I remember I mess up a pitch here, look. Oh. Okay. It's a bit quiet. There you go.
You share my soul is bliss.
I can hear the improvement in my singing from the year before. Not enough of an improvement, I'm going to be honest, but I can hear it. Okay, we're in. I miss it. That's what I can tell you. I miss seeing front row. I miss seeing you all there in the crowd, ready to respond.
Do you make me fall in love with you? You share
My classic structure, you know, and into a outward K snare. Oh.
is bliss.
Oh.
Make me fall in love with
Oh, what? That's so weird. Judge it. Oh, that's so weird. I've been on the judge panel for so many years. It's so weird that I'm making judges move. Ow. That is cool. Ah, there it is. All right, yeah. This bit I remember.
Lord, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, let's get that gangster trap thing. I know about this. Something a bit more refined. I'm being a critique to my old self, but to be honest, I am not cringing. This is quite all right.
Cause baby,
If you put your arms around me, it might not be the wildest thing that we do.
Cause all I
Oh, all right, I'm happy. Oh man, baby, if you put your arms around me, it might not be the wildest thing that we do. Tunes. Why don't I release more? Anyway.
future is a locust of you. Cause baby, if you let me be the one to show you all the hookers of the world, I promise it could be our great.
I've done a lot of waffling actually, like pacing wise. Like it's been very musical, which is cool, but there's only 1.5 minutes left. I've shown a couple of good drops, but like
memories, but only if you put your charms around me. You gotta put your
now, at this point, I can remember I decided when making the set, I would decided this is where you need to switch it into a let me in inevitably, like bring the flavors now.
Put your arms around.
That's a cool groove, man.
Don't go where you're not supposed to go.
Yeah, I remember that set. What comes?
Where you're not supposed to go.
All right. Everybody dance now. Okay, yeah. Hey, this Donny knows that. He's like, yeah, a little mistake there. Cool. Oh, straight into battle. All right. Yeah, so to summarize it, so I remember I came third in elimination, which is great. Great ranking. The last year I came first. This time third, I will definitely take it. I've come third a couple of times before. Do you know what? I actually want to say I might have only came first and third in eliminations before. Yeah, that's a weird thing. Right, whatever. Anyway, I remember thinking that MB14 and Codfish were the best ones, even though they ranked, oh my god, they ranked 7th and 8th. But I thought they were first and second. Then I think it was Elise or Zeka. Was it Zeka? Was that the year? I thought Zeka. And then maybe I'll come in like 4 or 5, maybe 5 actually. But I'll take the placement. So I'm battling 6, which is Collapse. And guys, I'll be honest. I'll put my hands up. I'll be honest. At the time, I knew that Collapse was probably my hardest opponent. And I probably knew we were going to be middle ranked in Elims. So what they do is they give you at this time, they would give you the brackets later in the night. So I'm probably performing at like 7 p.m. and they're giving you the brackets at like 3 a.m. And so I remember just staying awake, firstly hoping I passed, and secondly see who my opponent is. Now, you just see a piece of paper and it shows you the 4 battles, the clashes. Now, I just remember opening up, see me and Collapse, and my first instinct was, yes, I've made it. Then I was like, oh, brilliant, the hardest way. And then I clocked that BR and MB14, subsequently my opinion would have been BR, would have then been my semi-final clash. And in my head, I thought that I have the harder bracket for sure. But I also thought that Zeka or Codfish would be the finalist from the other side. I remember that was in my head. It was going to be Zeka or Codfish, and whoever won that one is who I'll see in the final at the time. I was thinking, I can, when I was preparing, so next thing, I get my prepare buddy Frosty. He's at the B&B with me. We're already needing to train for tag team because we're in. And it's the hardest battle. So I had the hardest battles straight away, both of them. The hardest clashes instantly. You could even make if you wanted, you could make the argument that I had it could have been the final clashes straight away. You can just argue that. I mean, look, middle school, man, they smashed it. And then there was others too in the solo, so. But at the time, Kotra Uniteam, Dlow Collapse, that is a hell of a clashes. So then the strategy begins. I'm like preparing. Now I'm like, all right, I'm going to beeline Collapse now. It's prepare for him. Now I know it's him. But I also needed to juggle the fact of what's coming. So I had routines made for people on the other side of the bracket. Zeka and Codfish. But not Tomazacre, who now we know all the dust is settled. We know he was the finalist. So I was not prepared particularly for him. I honestly, I thought Tomaz was going to be the last from all eliminations, or the lowest couple. What you guys see now is what's happened in Beatbox. But from my perspective, I'm locked in. When you're in the battle thing, you know your opponents, you know what they're all capable, you know what you're seeing. I thought Tomaz was like, yeah, this is the new guy that got in, that's pretty cool. His cover stuff, I'm not sold by it, and I don't think he's gonna be particularly smashing it. Didn't know he was going to be an on-stage monster, which he was. He was unbelievable this year. And he had that wow impact factor too. Every beatboxer gets that once, that underdog first time big stage energy. Once you've done that once, you ain't got it anymore. So, Abo Ice, now we know Abo Ice. Me, we know me. You know, it's you get that wow factor in the early stage. And Collapse kind of has this now, because before this he was just a guy that won a 7 to smoke, and the inner circle knew he was good, but not the outer, not you guys. You didn't know. I did. So I was like, brilliant, great then. Now he's going to be able to have his crazy flipping moment against me. But yeah, so I wanted to use what I considered my strongest set, which was probably Bump Jump. And then I wanted to use another high set for Collapse. Maybe not the second best, maybe third or fourth best. I needed something that paired well. I needed a good synergy. So then I turned up with these sets.
Anticipation is key. Battled once, now we battled twice.
Started too low. It should be battled once, now we battled twice. It's louder, it's nicer. But I decided to roll with it. You live and you learn. I've learned a lot since these battles. Right. So Collapse. So he did a wild card for something prior to this. And I remember I was sat playing Sea of Thieves. I even remember the island. It was Summing Peaks. It's in the middle. It's the one with 2 massive mountains, and it's just annoying. Anyway, I remember listening to it. I was like, damn, bloody good. It's fast bit snare techniques. He was innovating right at the time. He was pioneering. So I had learned it. So I learned it, and it was called like Dynamite. Do it like Dynamite. So I made Dynamite Collapse. I thought collapse in the rubble, collapse to the floor. So I made the set for him.
To the floor, because we do it like dynamite.
Collapse, if you're here, dude, probably not, but if you are, can you tell... Oh, man, please. Jules, if you are about, can you tell me if you knew at the time I was countering you around from you? Just let me even know. Like, probably no one even knows. Did you know at the time? That's what I'd like to know.
Once, now we show it twice.
So that was my strategy, was go first, show off the spit snare technique. When I say anticipation is key, it's because I know he's going to show some of this spit snare technique. I just know what a beatboxer considers their heaviest material. So I wanted to show that before he did, just so I can kind of nick a bit of the energy.
Collapse to the floor, now we do it like dynamite.
There it is.
Collapse in the rubble.
And then this bit, I remember. Not my favourite part of the round.
Get on your knees. Moment of silence for the deceased.
Oh, the lean. All right. Because I've clicked on the compilation, it means we won't see his battle round to me. But he did this like with vocal bass in the next part, so that's what I'm about to counter.
Time.
And also during his rounds, because he's so good and so powerful in battle, I was hoping that he's that kind of guy where it's like I'm hearing him do a build up and I'm just like hoping that it doesn't crush atoms. I'm hoping that the drop is not nuclear. Just because you hope that. I don't know if you modern, the new kids in battle, I don't know if you ever sit there hoping that the opponent's drop is going to fail. But it just means it's worse, so you can do better. He didn't fail. The first wasn't clean, and then it went. Then it went in. So when he's saying "hear me," no, I can't hear. It's because he thinks the counter isn't strong. I just needed a second to lock in, and then actually it did work out well. Now we're in.
You hear this, bro? Like this now. I see you guys to the left, to the middle, to the right, to the front, to the back.
So this was strategy.
I
was definitely going to do mind-numbingly simple to me house music against someone who is extremely complex, despite the fact that I can be complex. I would also say, admittedly, that Collapse in this moment is more technical and complex than me, and I know it. I'm probably, honestly, second. In the world? I don't know, but top 5, yes. But he's the most complex in my head, skill-wise, like complex skills. And I've trained like a power horse since this competition to level up my complexities and skills. But at the time, let's say I'm third. Let's just give a leeway to someone I don't know who at the time. But first against third, I don't fancy going down that entire route. Even if, and one thing I like to notoriously do is take on opponents in their lane. It's almost just like an ego or power flex. So if I go against like someone with only like doing bass, I'm doing bass. Why? I don't know why. It's not even the best strategy. But I have always enjoyed that. But down this route, I wanted to expose what I thought he could have lacked at the time, which was a massive dynamic range for the entire room.
I don't go with the basic flow, and I bump jump up, everybody get low. I don't go with the basic flow, and I bump jump up, everybody get jump. I don't roll with the same old flow, and I bump
the same old flow.
I don't go with the basic flow, and I bump jump up, body get bump jump. Look at the crowd, boy.
I'm cold.
I don't pro with the basic flow, and I jump up, everybody get. I don't pro with the basic flow, with up. I don't throw it up. I don't throw it up. Show me them, I don't throw it
clap
up.
them.
You don't clap because I kill them on the track.
Whoa. I was confident with him with bass then.
I don't roll with the basic flow when I bump jump up, everybody get low.
Clearly I can do it now, or I haven't just hammered a beat for like a minute. Fair play to me for getting that texture out. What you don't see here is my hands in my pocket, and I'm just showing that it's the same beat. It's like, can you believe it? I'm about to beat you with da-do-dee, da-do-dee. But I knew that was going to be a close one, and it was a close one. Like, it was, the decision of that battle was 5-0, but 5-0 can be a closer battle than a 3-2 split. So 5 judges, even if it's 3-2 split, it could be 3 heavily thinking you won and 2 narrowly thinking you lost. Whereas a 5-0 could be 5 judges all unanimously think that it was just that, you know? It can be one of them ones. This be art one now. Okay. Here's a bit of lore for you. I didn't know that this round was that good. I didn't. Not even close. In fact, I'll be honest, I weren't even going to do this round until Frosty told me to the day before. It wasn't even in my art. It wasn't even in the artillery. Like, it wasn't even in the high tier options. Oh, I love it. Man, I'm so proud of this moment. It's so hard to wow people with the technique where it's like, what? What? It's so rare and so hard to do that. And I just didn't know. I promise you now, guys, I did not know people would even care about that. I really didn't know. Some people know their genius moments. I had no idea this was going to hit like that.
I am not a psycho, I just when they call the alchemist.
Yeah. Woo. It's so unique. It's like a vivid picture, vivid image. That's what I like to do with my rounds, is set them into a complete colourful visionary state where it's something completely different, where you don't picture same old, same old. I tell you though, I'm lucky that the crowd loved it because it ain't that loud, that kind of beat. So thanks for the crowd for momentum and wow factor, because otherwise that beat could have been a bit exposed, I feel.
I am not a psycho, I just when they call the alchemist. Beat, I am not a psycho.
That's a cool bit. A week before this, I made that last drop, so I added it to the end of this set as a theory of if I ever did it. B-Art, man, he is a monster, beastly beatbox battler. Even to this day, I don't know if he hasn't been active in a couple of years, so I don't know if he's keeping up with making sets, but I promise you now, it doesn't matter. Someone like B-Art doesn't need to make new sets. I've seen it with people. Once you've got something in you, that dog, you are infinitely a dog. So if B-Art ever returns, watch out. He will just, I know. He's my era, and I just know it. I know it with some of my friends. I know it with some battlers. It just doesn't matter if someone hasn't kept up with the time. If they've got it, they've got it, and you can't take it away. This wasn't B-Art's strongest performance. Fair enough. He was insane against MB14. Backstage, I heard it, and it gave me a little bit of shiver my timbers because it was loud and people were going crazy. I was like, oh, great. Now I've got to battle him soon. I don't know if I'd already won this quarterfinal or not, but yeah. It wasn't his strongest set here, and I cheered. If you watch the battle back with B-Art, I cheered when he started this one because I was like, all right, I've got a drum and bass in the pipeline. I'm going to pull that one out. And he did a set that he's already done against me. He did it in the Beatbox Classic a year before this. Rung, 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 rung. It did hit harder in the Classic. I can see why he did it. It was definitely a hit top set from him. But when it's me, it's not smart because I pick up patterns, or like I know people's thoughts. So it's like when he did I've already won. It's not the bet. Like, he doesn't know my brain, so it doesn't matter. But my head, for self-confidence, it's like as soon as someone's going to do a set against me that I've already beat, then it's not even it's a no contest. I've already beat this. I'm better now than when we last battled. That's the way I was thinking. It's greedy. It's what's the word? It's vain, or whatever the words are. It's very cocky, but that was just my honest thought at the time. It's just like, yes, I'm going to come in with drum and bass now. Hey, big up you lot on this front row, having such good energy. Respect it. I remember those faces as well.
Leave the drum and bass for the UK style. Nobody flowing like me. Nobody flowing like me.
Sorry if this apple eating's really loud. I've just realised that could be really annoying. My bad. Shout out the bro. Shout out Path. Or Pulsate. Those kitchen sessions went hard, bro. I used to train in London at Path's a lot. I just was at his house for whatever reason, like every year, somehow. But when I was there, I'd use it as an opportunity to have some great energy with another enthusiast and beatbox. And he did the techniques of like, he calls it like Chiesta Fiesta or something. And I picked up on it there and basically took off with it in this drum and bass set. So big up. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys, I just had a coughing fit. All right, anyway, this is dangerous because, honestly, I'm going to be honest. Hold on. So that was all right. It was mid. It was mid. I'm doing, like, mid-ish. And he knows that, right? So he's like, what are you doing? Like, that's the cool thing, though. It's like, BR just has no idea what's going on in my head. And no one knows. Because when you write a set, you're locked. You are applying a lock. And when I'm doing this, I am completely unlocked, ready to be versatile in the moment. So you face that the con is, and Napalm, he'll relate, he's like me. Like here and there structures. But the good thing, well, the con is you might not always land. Guys, I've been flattened by an apple. So that's the con point. Oh my God. It's okay though, because you can have some hit moments. But it's like, no one knows where the energy's going. And that's the cool thing. Now it's like, now it's like, maybe he's hoping that this ain't gonna pop off. It does. And when you're not locked in the moment, you're ready to do things like that. And BR didn't want his head and hat messed with. I didn't know that at the time, though. We've already chatted about that. So that's kind of like my bad. This is rude. This is rude. Don't battle me then. But the distance thing, like respect, it wasn't really enforced at the time so much. But a rule at the GBB is you can't contact. I would still argue, even under those rules, that was still fine though, because I didn't touch him. But I touched his belongings. But then that's like also me picking up a water bottle that he owns, I guess. I don't know. But if imagine I got disqualified for that action, that'd just be shit, wouldn't it? All right, finish up.
Yeah, but the Gangnam Style.
Yeah, but the Gangnam Style. I didn't hear what he was saying.
But yeah.
All right. There we go. Now we make it to the final. And then my energy changes because I'm like, ugh. I lost the last year final. I really didn't want to do that again. I was salty and desperate. I needed to win this. So I feel like the execution in this final wasn't the best. Like my previous rounds were a better execution. And Tomaz, like, gotta give respect where it's due to this guy for turning up like that, because it wasn't even in my head. Not even in my head. And I was backstage after beating BR. I was at the toilets backstage pacing around. If you've ever seen me backstage, you know I'm in my own head. I'm practicing and I'm in my own head fully. I'm not relaxed. I wonder if that will change if I entered now, but probably not. Anyway, I had to listen. I was listening through the walls for the decision. And I heard that then Tomaz beat Codfish. And I was like, I was preparing that it's Codfish. I had a whole set ready, like a whole opposite set. And hands up, admittedly, it was way better than what I shown this time. Like, I had a whole thing. Anyway, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to have to do my best. The guy looks like Little Pump. Butterfly Doors. I'll just add that a bit. That's my only prep I've got for him. But yeah, then he turns up to the final and he kills it too. Let's go.
Don't try. Don't try. Don't try. That's the only time I give you advice. Don't try. Only time I give you advice. Don't try. Even never oblige.
The thing I didn't know at the time is I was doing pretty elite grooves. Like, for me, it was just my style. But the judges giving me feedback at the time, it's like they like the discipline of the groove. And that's really cool because now I look after many more years of now judging and I do have some pretty unique grooves. Nothing too special or crazy, honestly. It's just you do value that kind of stuff. And if you guys are avid beatbox fans, you know, when I hear like this year, Juano, Rich, and you know, those guys, I still have this love for this proper inner beatbox innovation, like proper down dog ting. And I think that was that kind of that style too. So I was beatboxing for the beatboxers a bit here, you know, being a beatbox nerd myself there.
Don't try. Want to know that you need it sometime.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm onto your mind. You did not tell me there's no time to cry. You did not tell me you need time to cry. There's some 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 time. There's some time. Need some time to.
Oh, that's cool drop, man. Back down, down.
Need some time to. That's because you look like Little Pump.
Then he takes a mic and says, I might look like Little Pump, but I look better than you. Fair. Fairs. That's good. He just did tech to me for about 10 seconds of technical fast percussion. So I respond. Whoa. Wow. Yo. I've just smashed it. I'm locked in.
That's because you look like Little Pump.
I want to hear it again. Hold on.
Good time.
What? If I was judging that, I would be scoring that bit very high. Alright, dim it down. This was just so dangerous to do this one. Like, so dangerous. It can either hit hard or miss bad. And it didn't do either. It hit a bit. That's how I'll explain this one. It was decent. Not good singing. Not good singing. But I wanted to express vocals in my songs. I've always wanted to. I've took a step to practice singing as one of my main goals since this. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm more capable now. But you wouldn't have stopped me from wanting to sing in sets. It's just a part of my music expression. This one feels good though, like energy, right? There's emotion in it. I remember performing it with a lot of emotion. Like, I have to win. All of this years.
Speckles clouds and darkness. You don't know my virtue. Save yourself from voodoo.
Halftime beat. So tight there. Actual halftime beat, no hats. Dangerous moves, man. Dangerous moves. I had analysed, right, that the final of most massive competitions is always a bit underwhelming for many factors. One, you've already shown so much. Two, the energy in the room is tired because it's in the AMs now. And three, it's hard to impress judges and continue that level. So I knew that I had to do an energy switch. It wasn't worth coming with that high energy kind of technical, crazy, different, unique ideas. It's just not the energy, because it will just be a lesser version of what I've already done. So I had to come with some kind of atmosphere, a different energy, a different thing. So I played a big risk in that second set, and thankfully it turned out good, because I'm going to be real. If you go and watch me versus Tomaz, like, he's kind of the better executor, in my opinion. He ends the round early, but I think he was more effective. His drops were better. He was really on point. He didn't care. He weren't tied in emotionally as much. Like, he's looking at me like, yeah, he's done his thing. I'm just here for vibes. I've come here from South America. I'm just going to roll up, see how it goes. And he's got these covers that he does. He's got this cover style, and he's got this like crazy kind of, you know, I associate it with like rock music style. And he just comes in, blasts it. He ain't got an emotional connection to it. For me, it means more in that moment, definitely. 100%. So I played a dangerous game, and I think I only clinched the win. And maybe that was down to my variety in energy and dynamic, because Tomaz had a similar set through the all the way. And I think it was honestly really close. And when I spoke to my friends after, before the announcement, they said it was close. My friend said, this one's close. It could go either way. And I was like, I know. I was like, I know. And I was just dreading the decision. Honestly, like rattling for the decision. Because I couldn't lose again, man. I could not face to lose again. That would have been a disaster. So, yeah, maybe the variety and just enough, which is good. Not as convincing as the previous ones. And then we did it. The final battle isn't available, so we can't see my ceremony thing. So that's that. We did it. I feel, when I watch this back, I feel proud. I feel happy and still fulfilled by that, honestly. To win an event like that is massive. It's great. And at the time I thought, I'm going to kick on and keep smashing it. And to be fair, I have, in terms of improving my beatbox and music and doing great shows. I just thought at the time I would continue battling, but you start to find out what you want in life. You also get older. I was a bab at the time, man. Like, I'm still young, but like, I was like 22, maybe. Yeah, something like that. I don't know the exact age, but then life comes, you know, you life it up, you do your thing. And to battle, by the way, even if you don't actively practice, it still takes it out of you, because the opponent's like a chat collapse, and he tells me his training regime for a year prior to battling. And I'm like, well, that makes total sense why you're such a freaking beast. And for me, I don't actually train for the battle until a couple of weeks but it doesn't matter, because you're thinking about it. It's the thought. I'm thinking all the time. For like 5 months, I'm like, boo, 5 months away. Boo, 4 months away. Boo, 1 month away. I'm always thinking about it. I'm beatboxing actively because I do every day. I'm like training, I'm coming up with ideas, recording them. But then it's like crunch time, a couple of weeks. Then I actually look at what I've got and gather my material. But I'm not actually training my sets until like a week before. That's what works for me. But you're thinking about it. It's like you can't sit, like you guys probably, you can sit back, think about life. You're like, what am I inspired to do? And then you need a good energy to do it, right? Like I like fitness, so I'm clear-headed and I can do that. But if I was locked into all the battle and it meant as much as it did back then and I want to win, you have to be thinking that you need to prepare more often. And that process, that thought process is hellish. Honestly, it's not it. When you are capable of winning the big ones, so this GBB, I will admit that there's probably a good 8 people that are capable. I mean, the whole comp is technically, but like those guys, if you're in it, it's like you think to yourself, I could win this. Well, I have to train then. I have to train today. I have to train tomorrow. I have to definitely up my beatbox volume. You have to think about it all the time. Could I win? Could I lose? How would I lose? How would I win? What set is good? What set is bad? Do I need to learn this new sound? Do I have to find this new combo? It's just constant thought process, and it's stressful and extremely draining. And it takes away from your regular life. Like, you want to focus on fitness. Well, maybe that's a good way to counter the thought. But what if you want to release a song? What if you want to collaborate with musicians? And like, what if you want to perform at a festival or work on producing, whatever you want? Like, what if you want to do other releases of your music? Well, then it's a waste of time because that's not going to benefit you battling, because I got the battle coming in half a year. Wow. I do not miss that. I would only return to battling if I decide that I'm happy to take on that energy again, or if it means way less to me. And it definitely means less now than it did back then, but I do have a big legacy and a lot of like expectation. But like, yeah, if it means little to me and I just want to turn up and battle for fun, I could definitely enter, because what you'll see from me is 90 or whatever percentage of my final potential. And that's what the stress is, guys, because if you turn up to the battle now and you don't stress it until the event, then you're going to be probably 85% as good as your maximum potential, which is going to probably be really good, but it's not going to be what you could have done. And it's that could have done thing. It's that if I'd committed for 6 months, I can show you what I was truly capable of. So I think if I ever return to battle, I will decide to just go with my 85%, not what I'm truly, truly capable of, because that requires a big commitment that I can't afford to do that now. Like, I'm 30 next year in my days, but like, life is lifing. Like, outside of making content or whatever I do, I'm living my life. I'm busy. Things are thinging. So I would have to not care and just turn up for vibes and definitely go through the fun training regime. Like, I do love the bit where I sit there like this, hands like that, and then develop the master plan for the moment. But it would just have to be my slightly lesser version because I can't afford to commit like I used to. So I'd have a look at the guys I'm against. I would have a look at what I've got, come up with a great battle plan, mentally be ready for everyone and everything still. But I'd have to find a way for it to mean less in my energy. I hope that will make sense. I've probably spoke one of the most ever in this video, so many words. And I watched YouTubers until I noticed they yap on too much and I've stopped watching their channels. Sorry if I've done that to you. But it is independent. It's unique content when someone speaks a lot. I'm going to look to speak less in the upcoming few videos. I hope you enjoyed the look back though, guys. And I'm sorry if I didn't answer anything that you might have wanted to hear. If you have any questions, chuck them in the comment section. And otherwise, let me know what you want to see next. Now I've got some, as much as this makes me still want to battle, even more so, it makes me just want to release my tracks. Do you see how stressed I was at the start talking about elimination? Like, why haven't I released my bloody ideas? Well, it's quite hard to. That's a bit of a focus, though. See ya! God. Yap, yap, yap. See ya.